Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law, and I just wanted to sit and chat with you guys. I mean, it is what it is, and that's what I was hoping for. Thanks for everyone being here. To be fair, uh, interesting. I don't have any chat. To be fair, all right, there we go. Sorry. Didn't realize I had something going on in the background. But anyhow, so before I get started, what is your guys? I mean, I know that a lot of leaks have happened with the schedule, and I'm more waiting for the official release of the schedule. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, McChicken? Thanks for being here. Oh, McChicken, just to let you know, I will not be on DPN tonight at 7. We're going to cancel that. I'm just going to join tomorrow. So just let you guys know because Ray Rout is going to be going somewhere else doing a roundtable. So what's going on, Colts Nation? Appreciate you being here. So I'm joining Bring the Juice podcast here in about an hour. To go over the official schedule release, right? Because it'll drop at 8. We're gonna go live at 7 because, there's been leaks. I don't trust leaks. Sometimes they're real, sometimes they're not. It happens. But I wanted to let you guys know, yes, Sarah, I am ready for the season as well. Sarah Small says that she's ready for the season to begin. Let's go. Yeah. Who isn't? I mean, now granted, we still want to see the preseason. We want that training camp. We want our team ready, right? Scheduling is so important. So important. Because certain teams at certain times of the year, you want to play at different times of the year. Like, for instance, I don't want the Indianapolis Colts to have to face the 49ers week 2. Why? Because we won't have Eric Fisher by then, most likely. And they have a really good edge pass rush. I'd rather face the teams that doesn't have the edge pass rush, that's nearly as good early on in the season. I'd rather see those after week 5 or 6. I don't want to visit New England week 16. That's just how it is. Nikki Cunningham, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Larry Brown, how's it going? I'm doing well. Yes, now they did release, Sarah says, I hear we're playing the Seahawks week 1. Yes, they released the week 1 schedule at 10 o'clock this morning. So that's a big situation. We do play the Seahawks week 1. I'm also hearing that we play somebody big on... we're playing on Christmas. That's a big deal to me, right? That's prime time, right? That's one guaranteed prime time. McChicken, that week 15 Colts play the Pats. That has to do with a leak, and I'm hoping that's fine. Because if I remember right, it's in Indy. So, that's no big deal. I'd rather play in Indy week 15 than in New England. Jay Davis, what's up? Colts Loyalist 5678 Arizona. Yes, that's who the team was. Arizona. Christmas, Arizona, that's perfectly fine. 2 things. They got 2 great edge pass rushers. On Christmas, we'll definitely have Eric Fisher there and ready to go. And it's in Arizona, which means it's an away game in winter in a warm area. That is awesome. That's why scheduling is freaking awesome, right? That's why certain scheduling is perfection, in my opinion. Do I want to play Buffalo in Buffalo week, 17 or something? No. Now, granted, I think week 17 is all divisional game, so that won't happen. But you don't want to play Buffalo in Buffalo when there's a chance for like 4 feet of snow, or New England in 4 feet of snow, right? So scheduling is so important, and it's going to be nice to go over this schedule. Would love to say going to snow in Arizona now that you say that, McChicken says. I do believe that the Colts Hawks will be a good game starting off with. If I remember right, they picked up Cincinnati's pass rusher, right? This past offseason, the Hawks did, so that should be interesting. But yeah. Larry Brown says, what do I think about Antoine Woods being signed? I honestly don't think he's going to make the 53. Okay? I think that we have better on the roster currently. And I don't know if he's... I mean, I know Zach Hicks and a couple other people are out there dropping, video on him. But I've seen a lot of bad snaps from the video that I was watching on him. I don't know if he's going to make it. I really don't. He's got strength, but he doesn't have very good get-off. He doesn't have good balance. And to be fair, he can be blocked sideways, and it's awful. So, if he makes it, I'll more than happily eat crow. More than happily eat crow. If he gets significant play time and plays well for the Colts. But I don't see it happening. Nikki says, I really wanted my Eagles to play the Colts. Well, in order for that to happen, you had to have been the second rank in your division last year. I get what you're saying because, that would have been, Carson Wentz against the Eagles. I get that, but I don't think it's going to happen at all. JDW, what's going on, Colts family? What's going on, man? Appreciate you. Nano505, what up? Appreciate you. Chicken says, isn't Antoine Woods like 6 foot, 330? I know he doesn't have a neck. He doesn't have much of a neck from what I was seeing. He's a big boy. I think he's like 6'2". But yeah, he's a big boy. But yeah, he won't be a starter by any means. Grover Stewart, as Sarah Small says, Grover Stewart and DeForest Buckner's got those two locked down. And then we got some defensive tackles behind. So, Hey, before I get into this, I just want to say, before I get into any more of these chats, I want to show you guys something, okay? When it comes to super chats or super stickers or something like that, let me flip over here. And as you see, got a live stream going and the super chats and all this. And most of you guys have hit this right here to support me or whatnot, or drop a super sticker or some crap like that. But in all actuality, the best way of donating to me, because YouTube takes 65% of all that stuff. But if you go down here to show more, right? And then you see super chat right here, right? There's a link here that says super chat. And if you click it, and then bam, it goes to this channel. Pretty simple, right? Goes right here. It's going to this live stream, and it's easy. You just type in a number, whatever money, and then you got a message that will hit, and you type in, you got 255 characters, and then you hit donate. It's the same thing as doing super chat, right? Very, very simple. And then it shows up also right here in my stream. So to be fair, and the reason I say use that instead is because, let me switch over. Okay. The reason I say use that instead is YouTube takes 65%. Streamlabs takes 4%. 4%. That's it. Right? So, you're literally, when you donate, stuff like, I will get twice as much if you go through it that way rather than go through YouTube. So, I wanted to let you guys know. I discussed this also. You guys that follow Ray Route, I discussed it with him as well, and he's going to start getting into this and looking into that as well because, well, you've talked to him, you know the money issues he's going through right now, and the reason why he has to cut back on his streams. So, just let you know this. Let's get into this. Hey, Loyalist 5678. By the way, thank you for joining Patreon. Appreciate that a lot. He's one of my new Patreon supporters. Hey, y'all need to join Patreon. It's amazing peek behind the curtain. That is Lawrence's mind. Dude, I didn't even read your chat there until you said that. So that is freaking awesome. I was just, shouting you out for being a new patron out there. Appreciate it. Nano says, what are your thoughts on week 1? I think it's going to be fun. The Seahawks have got a good offense, very powerful offense with Russell Wilson. Defense is shaky. I think the Colts could do very well against them. And the fact that it's week 1, they're not known for their pass rush. Now we don't know what they're going to be like, this year because, new people, in and out of their team. But I think this will be a good game and it'll be interesting. Jay, Lawrence, could you possibly do a video on a biography on Chris Ballard sometime? I'd like to know about him, like where, if he played, how he got started, football. That's a good, darn good question and a great suggestion. I may actually do that. That is freaking awesome. I think I might get into that. Maybe next week. All right. Jay, if you got... Oh. I'm on. Actually, hold on. 1 second. I got to write that down. That is an amazing idea that I am going to actually write down. That is some original content right there. Ballard biography. J. Davis suggested. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You guys have got such great ideas, and I appreciate it when you guys share those. Heck yeah. Thanks. Larry Brown says DeForest Buckner's defensive MVP next year. That's some stiff competition, man. There's a lot of really good defensive players out there, but you know what? I'll tell you what. Depending upon how our edge rushers are running, right? Depending upon if we send extra blitzes, stuff like that. Matt Eberflus, I'd like to see him get at least in the top 20 of blitzes rather than the bottom 2, right? Which is where he's been at the last couple years. If he does that, I think Buckner will see a lot more one-on-ones and be able to get in the backfield more often. Love to see that. Company Eagles, Ballard is taking a page from Bill Walsh's playbook. Keep defensive line with talent and keep them fresh. Dominate late in games. It's true. It's true. Plus a run game and explosive players. Yeah, that's pretty much kind of similar how it works out. Buck Dancer, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. He says, hey, Lawrence, fellow Colts fans. Pedro, what up? That's another one of my Patreon supporters. Appreciate you being here. Walter Reed, can't wait till the Patriots game. I understand that some of it's been leaked, but I can't wait either. I think that's going to be a really, really good game, in all honesty. So, something that there's going to be a bunch of good games, though. Buffalo's going to be a great game, right? Baltimore, obviously, great game. Anyone from the NFC West is tough. Heck, Miami's probably going to be a good game. They look like a solid team this year. So, and then of course the Bucks. There's a ton of opportunities for really, really good games this year. And the fact that The Colts play Arizona on Christmas. I'm just ecstatic that it's even, a primetime game, let alone, a highlighted game. I don't care if it's in Arizona or not. That's awesome. Do you know any other info on the schedule? No. See, here's the deal, Nano. I don't go into this whole leak thing. I take it with a grain of salt because just because people say it's leaked doesn't mean that it actually is. It could be fake news. I want to wait till 8 o'clock Eastern, which is in 2 hours, when it's actually dropped. Now, I'll be on Bring the Juice podcast when that happens, and we'll be discussing it. Dan got the plan. Which games are you most excited for? Thanks for being here, by the way. Thank you so much. I want to see the Buffalo game. I hope that's prime time. I want revenge on the Ravens because I think we should have won that game last season. And in all honesty, I want to see what the Colts offense will be able to do against that Niners defense and the Bucks defense. So those are the big. Now, the Rams, that'll be the Rams and the Buffalo Bills will be benchmark games for the Indianapolis Colts this year, in my opinion. The Rams, the Bucks, and the Bills. Those are the biggest benchmark games. I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC. Yes, I think they're better than the Buccaneers. But the Buccaneers are now the Super Bowl champions, so it's obviously a benchmark game for the Colts. But those are the ones that I'm most excited about. Pat's going to have Adam Vinatieri back for week 15, and he'll hit a game winner. Okay, McChicken. Nano says, I'm close to Arizona, so I might be able to go to that game. That'd be awesome, dude. That would be absolutely awesome. AP's Aquatics. Hey, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate that. I want to take a moment here before I get into his question. Guys, don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, tag notification bell, and make sure all notifications are turned on. Don't forget, if you want to do a super chat or check out my merch or look at my Patreon, go to my Patreon, join that. The descriptions are direct links in the description below this video. So his question was, what free agents would you like to see the Colts bring in now that the draft is over, if any? Now, honestly, free agent-wise, I'm okay with where we're at. I mean, I think the draft was absolutely fantastic. Think about this. Eric Fisher. If Eric Fisher had been signed before the draft, how would have that draft been graded? Probably been graded pretty darn good. I don't want to bring in older wide receivers. Okay? I think we have pass rushers now. I think we got a little depth at safety. I wouldn't mind looking at maybe a cornerback. Just because our second outside cornerback is going to be a fight between three people. And I don't know if it's good enough to cover some of the weapons out there in the NFL today. A lot of teams have two really, really good wide receivers. And as much as I like our guys and Marvell Tell, TJ Carey, and of course Rock Ya-Sin, all three of them have weaknesses. And they can be exploited by specific type wide receivers. I would like a really good all-around cornerback to go with Xavier Rhodes and Kenny Moore. But that don't mean that it's going to happen because generally you don't get that this late in free agency. And you also got, I think the Colts only got like $10 million left, and that'll probably be used. I mean, after the draft and after grabbing Eric Fisher, that'll probably be used or saved in case something happens and they have to sign somebody due to injuries or some stuff like that. So I don't know if too many free agents come in at this point. If they are, they're going to be very, very light. A linebacker might not be a bad idea. I'm getting ready to do a linebacker position breakdown probably tomorrow. So keep an eye out on that. I've already done my safety breakdown and my cornerback breakdown. You can check that out on my channel. Let me get back up here because I am behind on the chat. Loyola says, can't wait for the preseason. So many backups. Really want to see in action this year. Can't believe I'm saying this. Right? We got some depth. The Colts have a lot, and that's Chris Ballard. You know, he does a good job getting depth in. There's some position battles I also want to see. Preseason, I want to see Pay in action after he's had a little bit of time with Robert Mathis to work on some more pass rush moves. Do you guys think you will make the playoffs or Wentz will play 75% of the snaps? Kind of a big deal for me. Nikki Cunningham, Eagles fan, asks. Yes. I think the Colts win the division. I think that they're going to win at least 10 games. I think the Colts are one of the most well-rounded teams in the NFL. Depending upon how the schedule drops, how favorable it is depending upon where I rank, how many, what I believe their win-loss record will be. I think they do make the playoffs, so I think they win the division over the Titans. Which means, of course, that the Colts will be given. I know you're interested because as an Eagles fan, that means you'll get the Colts' first-round pick rather than the second-round pick. And I'm okay with that if Wentz succeeds, If you could announce a game for the Colts this year, what game would it be and why? Buffalo. The Buffalo game. And the Patriots game would be nice because I know the Patriots pretty well now, obviously. So I would be able to, I would be on top of it with the, Patriots, Colts rosters and all that stuff. So that it would probably go the smoothest for me. But to be fair, Buffalo, I feel like the Colts should have won that game last year. And it's just a game that not only do I want to win, but I would love to announce that game. That'd be great. And I think McChicken Vlogs puts that in because I am an announcer for a professional sports team, the Indy Express professional basketball team. I am the live game announcer and broadcast coordinator for them. And I've gotten pretty good at it too, I think. It's good experience for me. Nikki says, as an Eagles fan, I wish the best for your franchise, but I am here to warn you, Wentz is very talented, but things have to be perfect. Maybe. I get where you're coming from, but there's not a lot of bad blood with the Colts organization in their locker room. People don't go around blaming people. People don't go around hating on other people. There's a lot of open talks and stuff like that. I've heard that the Eagles locker room kind of had a little bit of issues last year. It probably happened because all the injuries that was going on, and then, the team wasn't doing well, so people start, going back and forth, and that happens. It sucks, but it happens. I think the Colts is a well-run organization, and they believe in each other. So I don't think, unless the Colts start out 0-4, then I think Wentz will be perfectly fine. AP's aquatic. Sherman, maybe. The only thing I don't like about Sherman is he can't cover speed guys. I like Sherman for your bigger, your bigger guys who can, catch a football, good 50-50 ball guys, route runner guys, stuff like that. But Sherman's never been able to cover speed. T.Y. Hilton burnt Sherman bad when Sherman was with the Eagles. The Seahawks. So, burnt him bad a couple times, actually, for 2 touchdowns. But, he's good in certain specific positions, but he's getting older and he's probably going to want too much money. Loyalist says, what do you believe is the most interesting depth piece to see this preseason? Marlon Mack. I want to see Marlon Mack. After his Achilles tear and his recovery, I want to see if he's at least still 90% what he was prior to injury. Because if he was, oh my goodness, our backfield is going to be nasty, right? That's scary. I want to see Paris Campbell too. I want to see Paris Campbell as a depth. What he could do. How he's returned from that PCL injury. Those are 2 very big important things offensively that I want to see. Defensively, pretty much had the same team outside of middle linebacker and our pass rush. I want to see a little bit of Marvell Tell. Let's put that out there. He took last year off. He's the safety / cornerback that was drafted in 2019. He took last year off due to COVID-19. He'll be back this year. I want to see if he has improved any with his skills as a cornerback. So on defensively, I'd like to see Marvell Tell. Nick says, oh, what up, TJ Joe? Donated $2 through Super Chat. What's going on? Hawks to start with the Bucks. Hawks to start, Bucks to end. I'm good with the Bucks to end. The Seahawks, I think, is a very winnable game. Bucks, even if it's at the end of the year, it doesn't matter because it's in Florida, so it'll be a warm game, which is a benefit to me. If it's at home, it's a home game. I hope it's in Tampa because it'll be a warm game, which will be good for the Colts. So, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Scheduling-wise, it's great. I got to move back up here to where it was because I wanted to get to that super chat right away. Nano's talking about, the O-line that can protect him very well. They generally don't get hurt, you know. They've been together 3 years now, right? Outside of Eric Fisher. But the other 4 guys on that line have been together for 3 years. Started, I think, 40 games? I think they've started 40 games in the last 3 years together. Yeah, so that'll be great. Buck Dancer, I'm so freaking pumped for this season. Sucks it's like 4 months away. We get some preseason, some training camp. Guys like myself and Bring the Juice and Culture Shock and us, we'll be bringing good content for you to keep you entertained until then. Inside the Horseshoe Podcast, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Guys, go check that out as well. If you ever get a shot, maybe after this stream, because I'm only going to run this stream for about 20 more minutes, because then I'll have to jump off here and join Bring the Juice. But after the stream, go check them out. And JDW. JDW actually says, I could talk now, done shopping, but what up? How is Colts Nation doing today? I think we're really excited about the schedule. I'm just saying in general, right? In general, I think that has something to do with it. Sherman will do so much more off the field and for our future potentially. He can ignite a dormant fire that Rock needs. Maybe. I get where you're coming from. He's a good leader, and he's a good talker in the locker room. Darius Leonard is too, but I get it. Darius Leonard is not a cornerback, so he's not in the position group room. When they're doing film rooms and when they're doing one-on-ones and stuff, position workouts, stuff like that. So, but I think paying Sherman as much money as probably he'll want might be a little bit of overpay for what he'll actually bring. So it depends upon what he wants, pay-wise. You know, if he'll come in for like $5 million, I'd be okay with it. But I don't see Sherman wanting to sign for $5 million in a season. Just saying. McChicken says, after Blake Bortles signing, Green Bay has 3 former first-round pick quarterbacks. And Bortles was drafted the highest. Yeah, they probably won't have 3 soon. I mean, I have this ugly feeling Aaron Rodgers won't be there much longer, but it happens. Is Tell going to challenge Rock for the other starting outside corner spot? Buck Dancer asks. I think he'll challenge him. I don't think he'll take it from him. I think that his main worry will come from TJ Carey. TJ Carey replaced Rock the last 2 games of the regular season last year and played very, very well in his stead. So, I'd actually keep that as in mind. But I don't know because I haven't seen him actually out there in practice, right? I haven't seen preseason game or practice. I ain't seen him in a year and a half. So, we'll see. I'd like to see Marvell Tell do well. I think he's like a 5th round pick. Getting down here. I'm very curious to see Tell play inside the Horseshoe Pod. Yes, I am too. I think Tell is one of those guys that could legitimately, and this is the truth, I think Tell will be in on dime formations. He's also a guy I feel like can Marvell Tell will get playing time, right? Because he could play safety. He could play corner. Now, the Colts safety positions already have good backups. Sean Davis, the one that we got from Pittsburgh, will probably be backing up Blackman. And then the Sean Davis we drafted will probably be backing up Corey Willis because that's more their, how they fit. But Tell still plays very, very well. I could see him playing as a dime formation cornerback or someone of that nature. The Bucks game is at home this year. Definitely going to that one. Oh, the Bucks. See, I don't know. I haven't seen. Like I said earlier in the stream, anything that's potentially leaked, I take it with a grain of salt. I don't even really look at it. I seen the week 1, but and that was an official drop for week 1. But anything after that, I haven't really looked at because leaks can't be fully believed in. They may not be real. So at 8 o'clock, that's when I'm going to be all about it. How do you think, the Chicken Blogs asks, how do you think Autry does with Tennessee? Probably going to be playing inside at 3-4 defensive end. Can't imagine them having him stand up and drop. No, he'll be the DE. He'll be the left end. He'll be the left end. He'll be playing the 4-eye spot most likely. 4-eye. How well will he do? Autry's good about getting in the backfield. He's better. I think Autry's going to take that Jarrell Casey position and do well with it. But you also got to remember, Autry's over 30 now. So, I mean, you don't expect him to be very good very much longer. But in the 3 years he played with Indy, he played pretty good. So, I think he'll do well. Hopefully not well against Indy. Mike Dinan, what's up? Appreciate you being here. Guys, Truitt, Trussler, 10-7, 11-6 division champs. Okay. I could see either one of those. Guys, don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, and tag notification bell. Make sure that all notifications are turned on so you're notified next time I go live or upload a video, which I've been uploading quite a bit this week. So just keeping it real out here. I'm not too ashamed to plug myself, because the only way I get more viewers and grow is if you guys subscribe or share the stream. There's a share button down here that you could click and copy, paste it to whatever social media or vlogs or whatever it is that you guys are part of. Really appreciate the help doing that. JDW says, I would be down 100 for Sherman. We aren't only playing for now, but something that might lead to a better future at cornerback, whether that's Rock, Tell, etc. I get you. Tell can overtake Rock. Maybe, but we don't know enough about Marvell to say what he can and can't do. I think Rock could play very, very well. He's good in zone, which is what Matt Eberflus generally likes to do. The problem is he's too physical for man, and he likes to grab, in man coverage, especially against speedy receivers. He'll grab and pull, when he gets beat. He don't trust that over-the-top help safety, and he needs to start learning to trust that. That way he doesn't get called on PIs so much. I think if he could learn that, he'll do much, much better. All you can Colts, what's up? Appreciate you being here. Who's going to be the Carson's favorite target? I think Kalen might be sneaky good security blanket for him this year. I'm telling you now. I've been saying it since Carson Wentz. Hold on. That's my alarm telling me I got to go live pretty soon. But it's my daily. I've said since the get-go, if Paris Campbell can stay healthy, Paris Campbell will be a huge target. He'll have the most receptions and the most yards. He won't have the most touchdowns. I got Michael Pittman having the most touchdowns. I love the fact that you like Kylan. I think he's going to Branson's going to be a really good tight end for him. But I think Paris Campbell, if he can stay healthy, is going to be a scary, scary good. I got a film room on it where I broke down games that he played and shows how good he really is when he's on the field. But he's got to be on the field, right? That's just my opinion. Ricky Freezer, what's up? Just now joining, but man, I'm happy about the Eric Fisher signing. I was waiting for this. I was too. I was praying for it ever since they said that they was bringing Fisher in for a look. And then I went and checked out where the Kansas City medical staff and training guys said that, they felt like Eric Fisher was on the road to being ready by mid-August. I was like, wow, And then I found out the surgeon that did the surgery had just made this brand new procedure in the last 2 years that he did on Eric Fisher, which reduces healing time and increases effectiveness of the surgery, which is why Fisher could come back and be just as good as what he once was. So this was a great signing. A Pro Bowl left tackle, even if he misses a couple weeks, less than $10 million is a freaking steal, right? Just my thought. Anthony Hurt, what's up? I really hope Carson can show the tendency that Leonard and Big Nasty Q show. That would be freaking awesome. Wentz? For the tenacity? I don't know. Is that Carson Wentz you're talking about there, my guy? Because I don't want him having tenacity. I want him to play well. I want him to be aggressive, but I don't want him taking hits like Luck was and like what he was. I mean, that's how he got his leg busted up, was trying to go for a touchdown on a play, getting hit by Aaron Donald, and then he was out the rest of the season, right? I don't want to see that happen. Just saying. Just saying. Uh, Still going through here. Looking. See you guys talking amongst each other. Appreciate that. You know, I love the fact that you guys are able to talk with each other. Man, you guys that join my stream are such smart fans. I hardly ever see anyone say something I don't agree with or think is stupid. I think, it's a very well organized thought and argument, even if I don't agree with it, What do you think the score will be week 1 and who gets the W? Nano505 asks. That's a tough question. I don't know the Seahawks roster. I haven't checked out the roster yet. I need to see the roster to answer this question. Okay. Offensively, I think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I need to see I don't know their defense well enough to make that adjustment. I think it's a game that both teams could score over 24, depending. But I got to see the full roster. So, I get everyone likes Pittman. I love Pittman. I think Pittman's going to have 10-plus touchdowns receiving this year. I think he'll have a good season. I just believe that Campbell, if healthy, will get the targets because he will be open more than anyone else on this team. It's scary how fast he gets open across the middle. He'll be that speedster over the middle guy that Carson Wentz loved prior to Deshaun Jackson leaving. I don't see Campbell, I think, might get 5 or 6 touchdowns, but I think he'll have over 1,000 yards. What's up, Law? Hey, Harrison Height. Appreciate you being here. Who's going to be the better defensive end this season? Pay or Autry? Are you kidding me? First off, Danico Autry is a defensive end in a 3-4 scheme. Pay is going to get a lot more opportunities. Pay is going to get a lot more. Even as a rookie, I think that Pay is going to get a minimum of 8 sacks. And Autry's only done that 1 year, and that was like that first year he was with the Colts, or second year, something like that. I don't think he's going to match that 9 sack total he had a while back. I think Pay will get a minimum of 8. So, yeah. I think Pay will have a better year as a pass rusher than what Autry will. You guys are going fast. JDW, I think Mike will make the roster. I actually think he's a good receiver. So, yeah, I think he could make it as well. He says that he's an underrated guy that could surprise and make the roster. It's possible, but he's got to get over some guys like DeMichael Harris, who showed up pretty well last year, and other guys that are good special teamers. So it really depends, in my opinion, how many spots the Colts are going to use at wide receiver, because they generally they'll probably have 3 tight ends this year. They generally like to run 9 or 10 offensive linemen. And then, the Colts will probably run 4 running backs. So there ain't going to be too many spots for wide receiver, I don't think. JDW says, I don't think DeMichael has a spot on this roster. He is talented, but with Hines being even more free with Matt, Hines will play that role. It's a possibility. I get you. But then again, DeMichael's got a year under his belt playing, in the NFL. So we'll see. Love T.Y., but his snaps dwindled last season for younger receivers that Frank loves. He also is older and is on a snap count to keep him healthy throughout the season, so you got to keep that in mind as well. Truett says, love you working with BTJ. I do too. I love working with him as well. I mean, I just had Cody on here like, what, Monday? I think it was. I freaking love T.Y., don't get me wrong. Favorite Palmer of all time. But the reality is he isn't in his prime. We know that. He's still a great guy that could teach other receivers. He can still contribute, you know. He's still a guy that you need to have a guy over the top. He's still quick enough and slick enough in order to get over the top. So, you know, at times you got to have two people on him. Matthew Stansberry, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Guys, it's getting really close to that time where I'm going to have to jump off here. JDW, boy, you are talking. You like to talk. It's all good, though. I appreciate it. Think about it. At the three biggest games last season, Tennessee on Thursday Night Football, Green Bay, and Buffalo. Those were Pittman's three biggest games, which were the three biggest games for the team. I love Pittman. But also, you got to remember, there's a difference between Carson Wentz and Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers loves his big-bodied receivers, right? It's what he was used to because he doesn't have an arm to get the ball into tight windows. So he had to lead a receiver or throw it up in a position for the big-bodied receivers to get. And that's why he loved Pittman so much. That's why I think Carson will go more with Campbell because he'll be able to extend, get past the coverage, and be able to get a lot of yak yards. But I get where you're coming from. I'd love the Ballard bio, Truitt says. Well, we're going to be working on it. Nomadic Brian, what's going on? Appreciate you being in here. I'm going to be skipping through some of these real quick because I got to end this soon. How many yards will Jonathan Taylor have this season? I'm giving him about 1,200. I'm going to have Mac with about 600. Inside the Horseshoe Podcast, Campbell is going to break out some. He's going to break some cornerbacks' ankles with his speed. Not just his speed. He's got good route running as well. Walter Reed, I think him and Mac will both get over 1,000. I don't think so because I think they'll be passing the ball. You don't want to run too heavy too soon. I think that the Colts could have well over 2,000 yards rushing as a team. But you want to be somewhat balanced and not run too much. Otherwise, you're going to end up having defenses just creeping up on you all the time and loading the box. That's why you kind of mix it up a lot to keep the average yards per carry up. More efficient that way, I think. Stansberry says, the way I see it, if you take a D2 prospect, he has to look like he doesn't belong on the field in a good way. And he fit that build. Yeah, Michael did. It's true. Same with Darius Leonard, right? So, yeah, I think Mike can make this team. Absolutely. Guys, I'm going to be jumping off of here. Number 2 has to hit number 11 for a big gainer early in game 1 just to break the ice. Nomadic Brian says that just because of the whole situation. Of the number 11, Pittman not giving him number 11. I think it'll probably happen. You're probably right, Brian. But guys, I'm going to jump off here because I'm going to be joining Bring the Juice in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to jump off here and I'll talk to you guys later, man. Appreciate everything. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and check out Patreon and the link to my merch shop. Please, you get this hat there. It's a nice hat. I love this hat. And it's got the back of it too. I don't know if you can see where it says have a good one on the back. If you get a different collar, it'll show up a lot better. But until then, have a good one.